All right. So, with regard to CAP, since there are many of you who have not had a CAP transmission, I sort of like to think of this transmission as a transmission of spiritual awakening through energetic activation. So, this energy is working with your physicality, your energy system in a way to then provoke deeper states of spiritual awakening. We call it a practice because it's a practice of surrender. That's the most important ingredient here. Just let go. Whatever arises or doesn't arise is perfect in this moment in time. You may find that the energy starts to move you uncontrollably, maybe small movements, maybe big movements. Just allow it to flow however it wants to move. If you don't move during the transmission, that is totally okay. Not everyone moves.
Is a surrender process. And one of the things that comes up is resistance. In order to surrender deeper, we have to see where our resistance is. And I have heard everything under the sun in terms of how people experience this energy. There's really literally no right or wrong way for this process to work. We don't need to understand on a conscious level, a linear thinking mind level about how this is working. The ways that the energy moves that are just beyond our limited human comprehension. And we just allow the process to do what it's going to do because it's intelligent. This process is intelligent and it knows what you need. So a lot of times within the same transmission, they will vacillate between being very embodied with the energy. It's very physical, it's visceral, it's kinetic, it's dynamic. And generally when they're in that state, they're fully conscious. A lot of times people will go into a state where the body quiets and softens and they begin to go into sort of an altered state. And if you do CAP on a regular basis, you'll most likely see that each experience, each transmission tends to be different, but that the experience will morph and shift and change. And of course, the more we open up the Kundalini energy, Kundalini is a dynamic energy. So it's a creative energy, it's creative life force. One of the things that I think is very important is that what can arise during the sessions can be powerful. People can have epiphanies, they can feel life-altering things come up. But I've seen the biggest work, the biggest shifts, the biggest changes, the biggest transformation come after. This is happening on a cellular level. There is literally a rewiring that starts to happen with this process of our neurological system. It starts clearing out stuff from the subconscious. People just suddenly will have these huge transformations. They stopped drinking alcohol. They became vegan. They stopped smoking. They stopped desiring these things that felt compulsive. Now, we can never, ever predict how that's going to roll for people, but I've just seen it and I've heard it so many times. We just open ourselves to the possibility that there is a divine process happening. And when the time is right, that certain quality, that certain essence will come in, that assistance will come in. And maybe it's not a hard, one day I was eating meat and the next day I didn't want it. Maybe it's just a soft filtering away, a soft dissipation. Let your awareness really perk up. And this is some of the beautiful ways that this energy can help people. I feel that it's very, very important for you to come back at some point when you feel ready to receive a new transmission. You are in an ever evolving state. And more importantly, the energy is in an ever evolving, ever expanding state. So not only will you receive the energy differently, but the energy coming through is going to be different from time to time. And I can tell you from my personal experience, as well as listening to all the feedback I get from my students on a regular basis, the things are amping up. And so the transmissions also, to me, feel like they're amping up. And the CAP transmission is a powerful energy. Integration time of this energy is not only necessary, but what unfolds can be way more powerful than what happened during the transmission itself. KAP can open up a really big process for a lot of people. And generally speaking, it's nothing to be scared of. It's something that you're ready for. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here experiencing this. But most people will find transformation appearing in their life, synchronicity appearing in your life. One of the other things that is really common is you're going to get crystal clear on what in your life is not working, whether that's relationships, jobs, the place you live, etc. The list goes on. Things that are not in alignment, that aren't serving you, will start to get really clear. To all my regular students and to all my potential regular students, thank you so much for being here with me. It's just a blessing. You all are such a blessing. Thank you for showing up and doing the work, not just here today, but in general. You are rippling out into the collective with every intention, every effort. So keep it up. Yes, beautiful.